what do we have here? Brand new box, says SIG Sauer on it. So I think we can assume that there is some quality product inside. And we are going to open it for the very first time and find out. Literally for the very first time. I just picked this up at my FFL and just brought it home. And look at this. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Just how fresh this guy is. Look at that born on date. Today I am filming this on the 26th of September. This was manufactured on the 17th of September. So they don't get much fresher than that, do they? That would be fresh even for beer. So let's take a look. We have ourselves a brand new SIG Sauer pistol. I am very anxious to take a look at it. In the box we have paperwork. We have our NRA pamphlet. This would be the user manual. Required paperwork. Required paperwork. And at long last. All right, here is the new toy, all wrapped up and pretty. Let's take a look. It is obviously a SIG Sauer handgun. It is SIG Sauer P226 EXTREME. And we have the safety flag. We have the motel room, bathroom, toilet seat wrapped for your protection paper, which is nice. We'll have to preserve that in one piece. And we have the wonderful smell. Wonderful smell of oiled metal. This is the P226 EXTREME model. There she is, freshly unboxed. This is, you know, a lot of times I bring home a new gun and I'm doing an unboxing video and I've already at least handled it in the store. This time I did not. I went in and did my paperwork and got the NICS check done and brought it home. And so this literally is the first time I'm seeing it in the flesh, as it were. And this is a beautiful, beautiful example of craftsmanship. There you go. There's your basic SIG Sauer P226 EXTREME. You don't see a lot of extremes, and I just wonder if it's, you know, lack of interest, and I don't think that's probably it. But you know, I did a lot of searches before I settled on picking the EXTREME as my choice, and I should say that this is my first P226, not my first SIG Sauer, but it is my first P226, oddly enough. Been around a long time. It is a it's a legend, and this is my first one. But you know, P226 comes in lots and lots of flavors. I mean, it's like going into the 31 flavor ice cream store. So I really wanted to not just go into a store and buy whichever one they had in stock. I really wanted to do some research, and so I looked at the brochure and the SIG website and really looked at the variations that are available, and I really kind of settled on the EXTREME as being the one that I was the most interested in for my first, you know, to start me out with the P226. And I definitely, well, obviously I feel like I made a good choice, and hopefully that will prove true. Definitely looking forward to getting this thing out and shooting it a bunch. Let's take this warning tag off, and let's go ahead and take off, actually see if I can preserve the little band that's around this thing. I don't know why I want to preserve it, I just feel like I should. Feels like it's part of the original equipment and packaging, and it should be preserved. So, well, so much for that. Alright. Boy, I guess it is tamper-proof. Then it's, obviously it's like a hospital bracelet. Yeah, here you go. You're bringing your new baby home, complete with hospital bracelet and everything. Let's cut that off. Alright. There she is. Let's take a close look. Those nice grips. These are some pretty amazing grips. This is G10 material, and it's got such a great feel. Look at the it's I don't know how this is really going to show up on the video, but this is really an incredible design on this back strap. I mean, you can't call any of it checkering really, because it's all molded. It's all G10, but that is very aggressive. That's going to be a pretty amazing grip. And it's nice on the sides. It's aggressive and grippy, yet it's not, you know, not overly annoying at all. The grips are not, they're not as bulgy, they're not as rounded as some that I've, some of the ones that I've felt before on SIGs. So this gives you a little bit of a flatter grip, which is very nice. Really nice checkering on the front strap. Again, in case you're not familiar with the SIG Sauer P226, or not intimately familiar, this is an aluminum alloy frame, stainless steel slide. It's a double action, single action, meaning the first shot is double action, heavy trigger pull. You're working the hammer all the way till the shot breaks. And then, of course, the action would work, the slide would rack, and the second shot is single action, much lighter. And man, let me tell you, that short reset trigger, wow. Let me demonstrate this. I'll use my left hand, even though I'm a righty. Let me rack it. Okay. Okay, so here we are. Just taking a quick academic look at this trigger. This is the factory installed short reset trigger, SRT, as it is designated. Take up is that. So from here to here, there's your take up. Very crisp break. I believe the single action trigger is rated at about 4.4 to 4.5 pounds, and the double action trigger is rated at 10 pounds. And I'm going to actually see what they are. But here's the reset. Look at this reset right there, and then super crisp break. So I think I am going to like that short reset trigger. Reminds me very much of the Walther trigger. Alright, because this is my first P226 and also because I know that triggers can break in, and because this gun has not been fired yet, I'm going to measure my trigger pull, both double action and single action, just sort of for a baseline. I want to see where they are out of the box. And then after I've got, 500 or 1,000 rounds through this, I'm going to check it again. So when I do a review of the gun, I will do this again, and we'll have a comparison. So I'm not going to do a full 10 pull average, but I just want to do a couple of tests. For those pulls, the average was 10 pounds, 3 ounces, and that is double action. So let's try single action. Clear that. And let's look at just the single action pull. What's our average? 4 pounds, 5.5 ounces. 8 ounces would be half a pound, so we're just shy of 4.5. So we're, yeah, I mean, that's 4.6, call it, and that's probably very close to 4.4. So I would say in both counts, we're probably very close to the stated numbers and specs of the trigger pull. So just about a 10-pound double action pull and just about a 4.5-pound single action pull. So it'll be interesting to see as the gun breaks in, as it's fired, if that changes. So there she is, brand new SIG Sauer P226 Extreme. What sets the Extreme apart from, for example, just the base P226 is a few add-ons. Basically, SIG Sauer says, if you look it up on their catalog or on their website, what SIG Sauer says about the Extreme is they took some of the most common things that people changed, that people just had to have and had to modify, and they built the gun that way. So probably the most noticeable is the grips. You got the G10 grips. Beautiful color, matches, blends in really well with the finish on the frame and slide, but it's nice. Got these light gray touches and these nice markings. The checkering, for lack of a better description, is really nice. It's really aggressive on the back strap, aggressive enough for a good grip on the sides, on the side grips panels, but at the same time not overly so where it's not going to bite into your hand. And another thing that is part of the Extreme package is the short reset trigger, which is very nice. Just in dry fire so far, it feels really good, and it certainly is a short reset trigger. So I'm really anxious to try that out. And also with the Extreme are the SIG Light night sights and front cocking serrations. So there she is.